the Immigration Custom Enforcement. There were raids that were going on back in 2004 through 2007. We know that that relationship sort of came to a halt back in 2007, but ICE is still operating out of the Nassau County Jail. And we have situations where someone can get pulled over and someone's in the car without proper ID, and because they don't have ID, they may be detained and probably even processed and put into that jail, and as a result, deported. You have ICE has a building in that Nassau County Jail. We also know that the Board of Visitors, neither you or your predecessor have, you guys have failed to really act upon that and make that a high priority. We recently heard about the appointments that came in and sort of that situation that developed as a result of the legislature and these members not being approved. Two things: what kind of a commitment can you make to relinquish to disinvite ICE from operating within that Nassau County Jail? And number two, what kind of a commitment can we make to finally get that Board of Visitors making that a priority in the next 4 years?
As for the first one, I have to look into that issue. As you said, it started under my administration. I have no idea what whatever commitments, relationships were made in that, but I'll look into it. And this is the first time it was brought up to me, by the way. Number
and
two,
you are willing to look if that relationship exists.
I will look into it, but obviously, look, my administration, we try to treat everybody. We don't try. We insist. Everybody is treated equally here. I don't like anyone being taken advantage of. Anyone, no matter what. We have one goal, one even playing field. With respect to the second question, I put forth those nominations. That's all I can do as a county executive. Put them forth. The legislature needs to act on them. They are at the legislature, period.
Can we see those individuals and see if we can also support those individuals, or maybe even ask for recommendations?
They've been filed.
Can we also assist in making recommendations to that board?
Well, you could have if you talked to me before we made the recommendations that I filed.
Yeah.
You got to communicate.
We weren't around 64 days ago.
You got to communicate.
But we can communicate.
Listen, I just say that my record is clear. I've been receptive on every committee from various groups, and you can look at the committees. They reflect recommendations from many different groups. Some people on there agree with me, some don't. I still appoint them and allow them to participate in government because I do think it's healthy. And that's it.
One final question, Renee.
So you've had an opportunity tonight to talk about a lot of what you think are some of your successes, but everybody makes mistakes. And so I wanted to ask, one of the best writers that we have in our country, Dr. Maya Angelou, always says, when you know better, you do better. So in reflecting on the 4 years, is there anything that you could characterize that you feel is a mistake that you would do differently or do better now?
I would just say that I think that I need to communicate more. I am more of a doer and get the job done and execute because I believe it's the right thing to do. But I would, in reflecting of it, I have had problems with the media and other things because I move quick and I want to get the job done. So I would communicate better, and I think that we need to communicate better. I really have a fond appreciation of communication that I've grown to in this job. I invite you to communicate and share your thoughts, and don't wait and bottle it up into an argument or a position or call me up. We very rarely don't get back to people.